Alright guys, ASFarming here and welcome to episode number 1 of Bessy Beneath. So this is probably going to be the main series on the channel at the moment. This is going to run alongside, I've decided, Dalton Valley, because West Newton has got an update coming out and that will require a new save game. So there's not really any point doing any work on that map at the moment until the update comes out for it. I mean, it was posted, I think, yesterday. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I'm talking about Saturday. I think it got posted that there was going to be an update come out. So, I mean, if he's posted it to Giants Mod Hub, it could come out this week, which means we could play it. But for the meantime, we're going to be on Dalton Valley, which will be on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and this is going to be running on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. So yeah, really looking forward to this series. Before we get into today's task, I'm going to take you around what equipment we own and what land we own. So if I pop the PDA up. So pretty much, I started this map on New Farmer. So we did start off with field 15 as well, but I sold that field. So we currently own 4, 6, 7, 9, and 25. So 3 grass fields and 2 arable. I think for the meantime, the grass fields, I'm just going to do hay. And then when we get a few more fields like 11, 26, 5 and 3, that's when I'll start making silage and putting that in the silage pit. Yeah, I pretty much, started off with obviously all the vehicles that you usually start off with on this map, but obviously switched up a few bits. So we've obviously still got the John Deere 6R with the front loader. I've swapped out the spinner for the Caverna Le Monde, so that's what we've got for that. Seed drills wise, I've gone with Cavernaland as well. So we've got this, I think it's a 9-meter corn seeder. This is, I think, a 9-meter one as well. I think it's 9-meter, might be 6 meters actually, this one. If I just check quickly, it's 9 or 6. This is a 6-meter, yeah. It's got this 6-meter. This is for all our cereals and whatnot. So that's our 2 seed drills. Obviously, when we get into, because I am hoping, basically for livestock, I'm hoping to do dairy at this main farm, and then the other cattle yard, I'm hoping to do beef cattle there, is what I'm hoping to do cattle-wise. Sheep, I'm hoping to do sort of mainly meat production sheep on this map, not so much wool. And then obviously we'll get into pigs at some point. That's either going to be just straight fattening them, or I'm going to do sort of a farrowing system where I'll pretty much the pigs will be born at the main farm, and then we'll go and fatten them in some more pig pens that I've placed in the fields at the front of that yard. So that's what I'm hoping to do with the livestock. The pig plan might change as we progress, but the cattle and the sheep, that's what I'm hoping to do. But this is our grain trailer. Borehung grain trailer, you know, most people use this grain trailer. It's sort of a typical British looking grain trailer. So that's what we've got rocking for grain trailer wise. Our combine, just in here, we went with this Class Tucano. I was very tempted to get the Class Lexion, but I think it would just, with how tight some of the lanes are on this map, I think it would just be a bit too big for this map. So we've gone with the Class Tucano, and obviously got both headers for it. So that's our combine setup. Just over here, this is going to be our bale storage over here. So we're going to have one as straw and one as hay. I've got this Flegel bale fork. It locks in the bales when you pick them up. And then again, got a Braun bale trailer. This does auto load certain balers, bales, square bales and round bales, but I'm gonna manually stack them on this, because if I take you in here, we've got a Massey Ferguson Heston baler. I'm going to be using Heston bales on this map, so that's why we're going to be manually stacking them. Then obviously the typical windrow uses on most save games, to be fair, Coombe one. So that's where all our seeding is, and then the last bit of equipment, which is obviously going to give away what today's task is going to be. If I run round here, all the field need the typical subsoiling, ploughing, all that sort of thing. I've done all the fields subsoiling bar one, which is obviously the one we're going to be doing in today's episode, and then in the future we've obviously got everything to lime, fertilizer and whatnot. I was tempted to go with a normal plough, but it's been a while since I've used a subsoiler, so but yeah, we've got the Class Action 960 with the Agrasem subsoiler on the back, so perhaps a bit of an overkill setup for this this map, but I love this tractor. If it's a medium to large size farm, I use this tractor without a doubt. I just love it. So, but yeah, this is going to be our task for today. We've got this last field to subsoil, so that's what we're going to be doing today. But I'm really looking forward to doing this series. I think we're going to be on this map for a long time to come. I think when West Newton gets sorted out and whatnot, what I'll do is Dalton Valley, I'll move to the weekends, and then West Newton will do on a Tuesday and a Thursday. But the episodes are going to be a bit of me like talking, like recording now, and then obviously, you know, all three maps I am going to be playing on my live streams. So what I'll do is I'll cut the live streams up into sort of 20-25 minute videos, and that'll be sort of the episodes we'll do. So I think that's probably the best way of doing it. I've had to sit down and to think about it. I was going to do it where perhaps I'd just play it on the live streams and put the whole live stream archive up, but I thought, you know, a lot of you won't want to watch a 3 or 4 hour video, so I think breaking it up into sort of 20-25 minute videos is probably the best way of doing things. And as well, I don't live stream obviously all day long. There are some times when I perhaps want to play a bit the map, or perhaps, you know, discuss something or whatnot in a video, and obviously I won't be doing that on the live stream, so that's where just, you know, sitting down like I am now and recording a video will come in. And I wanted to give a bit of an introduction as to what's going to be happening and whatnot. Like, when you watch tomorrow's episode of Dalton Valley, pretty much going to be doing the same again on that map, you know, an introduction, and then we'll get into some farming. I have been playing that map a bit off screen, so I think we're in the start of autumn. I think we are on that map, so I've done a bit of work on that map, but not massively, but obviously, you know, if you want to find out more, you'll have to tune into the first episode of that tomorrow. But yeah, ever since I've seen pictures of this map in the making, and first look videos, I've just absolutely fallen in love with this map. Absolutely love it. it's such a well-made map. But to be fair, Dusty Dave, this is obviously no offense to any other mappers out there, but I think Dusty Dave is probably one of the only mappers which I haven't disliked one of his maps. He's always done good maps to me. So it was a bit, my Sandy Bay series was a bit short-lived, but I couldn't get into that map, and I feel a lot of people are the same. Just for whatever reason, could not get into playing that map. It was just the layout of everything. I just wasn't a fan of it. You know, OxygenDavid has made some really, really good maps, but that, yeah, didn't feel like that was his best one. But I still think he will, without a doubt, redeem himself with his new map that's going to be coming out. I can't think off the top of my head what it's called. But I mean, he's posted a lot on his Facebook pages that it's going to be his most detailed map yet. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing what that comes out like. We've got as well in the making, I haven't seen too much about it, but we've got MJ Moddins making Tom Pemberton's farm, which I think will be, again, if he makes that well, that'll be an incredible map to play. He has got a map that's, I think he's uploaded to Giants Mod Hub. I can't think what it's called. Again, the name escapes me maps wise. There's so many maps to keep up with at the moment. It's yeah, it's a bit mind-boggling how many maps there's coming out. We sort of have, it's funny in FS, we sort of have periods where we don't really have, you know, very, very quiet for British maps, and then all of a sudden we'll be absolutely inundated with maps coming out like we are at the moment now. So but I think we'll be on these you know, these maps for a long, long time. The main aim, the end goal, should I say, for each map will be like the same goal I have typically for most maps, to own every single field on the map, to have obviously substantial amount of food for the livestock, and then typically I like to have 500 to £1 million in the bank, and obviously loan all paid off and everything like that. That's when I typically, that's the sort of goals I set for the map, and it's been very, very rare that I've ever done a series where I've got to those goals. So I'm hoping, because obviously I've had a bit of a break, I've had a week off or so from doing YouTube and Twitch, all that sort of stuff. I'm hoping that, you know, with these 3 maps that are out now, we'll get to those end goals. So, but yes, as we're talking, we're progressing quite nicely with this field. I think if I sort of do 3 or 4 headlands, and then we'll probably do up and down, but I think that field in front, that's going to be a grass field. We've also got the little field in front of the cow shed, that's going to be grass as well. And then there's a field just over the back of the farm, that's going to be grass. And then there's another field at the top there that's going to be grass. And then we've got this field and that field you can see just in front of us, that's going to be arable. I think both this field and that field, how I've done the crop rotation, if I just have a quick look, both of them are going to be canola. This field I think had oats in it beforehand, so yeah, how I've done it, they're both going to have canola. And yeah, they're very, very similar crop rotations, but just a slight difference in them. So But yeah, looking forward to getting well stuck into this map. And I'm obviously going to try and make the episodes not too long. There might be odd time lapses here and there. Like I might do a time lapse for this field, because obviously it's not a huge field, but it's a decent sized one. And obviously it's not the fastest going with this, 6 miles an hour. But it's a lot quicker than using a normal plough, because obviously it's ploughing and cultivating at the same time, and obviously it's got a bigger width than a normal plough. So this is a quicker job, I feel. But what I would do is, obviously now all the fields are like this now, so I will lime every field, fertilise every field, then plant whatever crop it needs in it, and then fertilise again, and then that'll obviously give us all the liming and ploughing done, and it'll have the 3 lots of fertiliser on. So we should get good yields off them all, which will be a good start. Good start on this map. But it's probably the first lot of fields on a map for a long time where I haven't really used GPS. They're not sort of the typical, really, that square fields to really do GPS. And to be honest, once you've done a few headlands, you might as well just do the rest going just however the field shape is. So, but it's going to need a bit of a refuel, this tractor, once we finish this. We're just over half a tank full. So I have got the mod on this save. Well, most of my saves I have it now, where it increases the fuel consumption a bit more. So a bit more realistic, make it a bit more challenging as well cost wise, because fuel, I feel, in the actual main game goes down a bit too slow than what it it would do in real life, especially with tasks like this. So when I was first thinking about doing the series on this map, I was very much wanted to do absolutely 100% realistic, but at the end of the day I want it to be enjoyable for me, as well as you guys. So things like messing around with pallets and whatnot, I think at the end of the day, you guys aren't going to really want to watch it, because who wants a half-an-hour video of me loading pallets up on a bale trailer, carting them back, unloading them, and that'd be the video, because that's how long it would realistically take. It's much better to just get absolutely stuck in farming and whatnot, do seeding fields and things, than messing about with that. The bales, as at the moment, I haven't found a bale trailer that can take Heston bales. I think there is one out there, but I mean, as soon as I do, I will probably no doubt get an auto load bale trailer, because again, at the end of the day, who wants to watch a video of stacking bales on a trailer forever and a day, So you're obviously going to have half stacking, because I'm going to be stacking them into the shed, but you don't really need it both ends of the journey, in the field and at the shed. So yeah, so this seems to be going fairly well. Obviously you can see every field needs lime. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably just lease a lime spreader, because I've got lime turned off as well as weeds. because to be honest, even if I was going to play this absolutely 100% realistically, in the UK we don't really typically lime fields. It's very rare you have a farm in the UK that limes fields. So I think if anything I was going to turn back on would probably be weeds. But like I said, at the end of the day, you know, I want it to be enjoyable to play at the same time as you guys watch. So I think messing about with weeds, we can just cut that bit out. So, but I'm pleased as well. We haven't got a loan starting off on this map. We're loan free, and we've got a decent 76k to play about with as well for additional costs like fuel and seeds and whatnot, which is good. So I think as well at some point I'm going to get some chickens. Like I've done the same on Dalton Valley, because we've obviously got some wheat left over in the shed from the previous owners, shall I say. So I might end up getting some chickens and sort of starting off with them, because they're always a nice animal to start off with, chickens. You know, they just need wheat, they don't need water. You know, and all you need is wheat. Everybody grows wheat, you know, and especially in seasons, you typically have wheat in your crop rotation anyway. So, and it's easy enough to just, you know, bung a few egg boxes in the back of your truck or whatnot, and then take them to a sell point. So, yeah, you might come back on the second episode, and we might have chickens. So, I think that chicken pen, if memory serves, I think it holds about 500 chickens. So, we could have a decent amount. I think I'm just going to do eggs. I don't think I'm going to do meat, chickens. I think that's be a bit more hassle, and we'll have a lot of work with, you know, cattle and sheep and pigs. So just like normal, I don't think I'm going to mess around with horses. They're just a pain, to be honest. I don't really enjoy doing them. In seasons, they don't really pay as well as in the base game. Yeah, I you know, find them more hassle than what they're worth, to be honest, in seasons. So, because basically all you do is just look after them, a sort of a livery thing like you would in real life. But you've still got that. The biggest thing I don't like is the exercising, which then people could say, well, you could use the horse helper, which exercises the horses for you, but then I think that costs £300 a day, which is, I think, is what you get for the horses anyway. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think you get £300 a day for the horses for looking after them, and then it goes on whoever's going to ride the horses anyway. So it seems a bit pointless just doing the horses all together. It just seems easier just to not do them. But, you know, plans do change. There are a lot of grass fields on this map, so we could end up making some hay and giving it to horses. So we will have to see. But yeah, we're cracking on with this field nicely. What are we? Probably we're probably over halfway done through this field. So it's always satisfying, I think, jobs like these, when you finish the field and it's all nicely cultivated or ploughed or whatever. It's always a satisfying feeling. Recently as well as obviously the new DLC announced. I'm still a bit, yeah, skeptical about that. The map, the thing is with a map like that, I wouldn't play a map like that, like a modded map like that. So I don't know how much I will play of that map And the equipment, it's a bit of... Most maps I play are sort of this size, and a lot of the equipment on that is going to suit a map like Meadow Grove, you know, small fields. And it's a bit as well, we've just had really like a grass orientated DLC with mowers, you know, tedders, all that sort of stuff. And then they're bringing out another grass DLC. So it's a bit like, you know, I feel like they could have brought more equipment out. You know, a lot of people want more John Deere stuff. You know, a lot of players are crying out for John Deere equipment. So I feel as if Farm Sim, you know, should have gone down that route of perhaps bringing in some John Deere plows or cultivators, perhaps some more tractors, or they do seeders, mowers, balers, all that sort of stuff. You know, if they wanted to go down that route, you know, they could have done of grass, they could have done mowers and balers for John Deere, because John Deere do square and round. You know, they do mowers as well. I'm not sure if they do tedders or rakes. I don't think they do. Yeah, I think that's what they should have done, really. But it is what it is. They perhaps, you know, perhaps the reason they haven't done it is they perhaps got big plans for the next FS to put, you know, a lot more John Deere stuff in it. So you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You know, we got surprised with the Platinum DLC, and I would say the Caverneland and the Vicon DLC we got surprised with as well. You know, both good DLCs. So yeah, I don't know. I was a bit of, I wish they'd have perhaps brought some new fruit types out or whatnot. Then a lot of people said things like, I think, is it Focus, or I can't think now, someone who's like, you know, obviously partnered with Giants on bringing out the FS games. I think they're parting company, so I suppose they're perhaps saving perhaps some stuff for when Giants are on their own. I don't know. It's all speculation. Because at the end of the day, we don't get given many hints of why that, you know, anything's happened. So everybody just sort of has to take the clues and sort of put them together and sort of guess what's happening and why they've done certain things. So but I think that's like a lot of games, though. You know, nothing gets given away that easily, so everybody sort of tries and finds that in their own way. Yeah. So yeah, not too many more passes on this field. Get this all in one pass. Should be nicely subsoiled, which it is. Don't think we've missed any bits. No, we haven't. Which is always good. But yeah, I've been so tempted to just play this offline. But no, I thought I'd leave you guys one field to at least see. So yeah, I'm going to try and do as much of the work on screen. I think if I do anything now off screen, it'd perhaps be contracts, just to get a bit more money to play around with. But I think, yeah, because I mean, off screen, before I've even done this first video, I fertilized every field once, and I've obviously subsoiled every field bar this one, and obviously, you know, sorted out the equipment and whatnot. So I've done a bit of work up until this point, but I feel, you know, things like this, like, no one needed to see every single field done. You know, you've seen one field. This this has happened on every field, so you don't need to see it on every field. I think it's just, you know, it's better doing it this way. Get that last little bit there, and that will be this field done. So there we go. That is this field all ready for planting. The thing is, it says, this is the thing with seasons, is it says fallow now, so I could technically, if I wanted to, go and plant wheat and oats in it, which I might do yet, because obviously wheat will come in handy for feeding our chickens, and then obviously we'll get straw off our wheat and oats. So we might do that yet. We might do that, but that is going to be the end of this video. So thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Definitely hit that subscribe button. We're going to be on this map, and obviously there's other maps as well we're going to be doing incoherent with this map. So definitely hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye, guys.